Bet you didn't see that coming. 2 videos in one day. Why? Because we are finally reviewing my Vittese throttle controller after almost a year of having it. So I got it a month after purchasing the car because, as you might know, I really don't like the throttle lag, the throttle response. The throttle in general is just, I don't want to say garbage, I've felt worse, but it's not good for that good of a car. So I bought that, and it really didn't solve the problem, but it made the response time just a hair quicker, maybe a millisecond quicker. But it really transformed the way it feels. You don't have to put as much effort into the pedal. I mean, you guys probably have seen reviews of this thing, but I probably have the most miles on it, and I have had such a love-hate relationship with this product because it has been catastrophic at times, and I'll get into that in a second. But basically, if you don't know what the throttle controller is, it has 9 settings of sensitivity, and it changes your throttle mapping. So if this is, flooring it, this is resting, usually to get boost out of these stock 2.0 turbo cars, you gotta be like at least halfway through that pedal if it even wants to give you 1 psi on that gauge. So I like to actually have it not too high. I have it at setting 3, so that it doesn't really get into boost in quarter throttle, but just a hair past quarter throttle, you start getting like 5 psi, and it starts getting there. Most people like it at setting 5, and at setting 5 and 6, I've noticed it's like quarter throttle gives you some boost, but it makes it jerky. If you're driving manual, it definitely makes the car jerky in first gear. It gives you too much. Just getting off the line, it just doesn't, I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it. And most people don't like, setting 8 and 9 because it just makes it way too sensitive. It gives you just too much power. If you have the V8, you'll spin your tires just touching the throttle. So what are the benefits of this throttle controller? Is it gonna make the car faster at all? Short answer is no. But it will make the car feel faster, and it'll just significantly reduces the annoyingness of the turbo lag, throttle lag, the non-responsiveness, whatever. So second question is it worth $180? I say yes. I personally can't deal with the stock feeling of the throttle. A lot of people agree with me on that. It's just mashed potatoes. It's you have to put your foot way too far to get any power out of it. It should not be like that. It's tuned so you stay at a boost or something. So if your throttle bugs you at all in the slightest bit, I would say go for it because it takes a lot of the annoyance away of that. It makes it more lively. It gives you boost when you want it. So there's a giant caveat to that though, at least for me. Because I've looked up on the forums, people have complained about issues with the throttle controller. Not too much on YouTube. I haven't seen many videos of that. But yeah, here, I'll be one of them. That this controller has been hell for me sometimes. It's gotten to the point where it throws my car in limp mode, sometimes up to 3 times a day. It doesn't do that anymore. I solved the issue, I hope. But yeah, it was fine for about 3 months, and then I actually sent it back to the company, and they sent me an updated version that goes through the OBD2 port. That OBD2 port didn't work for shit. So if they try to send you that doesn't freaking work. But when they sent me the actual controller part, that was still updated. Hooked it in to the port where the throttle goes, how it's supposed to be. And it didn't really help. It would still throw the car in limp mode every 3-4 days. It seems to be every 500 miles you go. Eventually it just gets tired of your shit and it just throws it in limp mode. And you can tell because if you have the Vittese throttle controller and your car starts idling high, if it starts idling at 1,000 RPM or higher, it's about to go down. You pull over, put your hands on, pull over, because you're about to either have no throttle or it'll throw your car in limp mode. And it really sucks owning a car like this and it going in limp mode because it's literally, that's a good name for it, freaking limp mode, because you can't do anything. You got to pull over, find out what the problem is. It gives you, your turbo turns off all the way. It really sucks. So my situation alone, for me, is enough for me to say screw Vittese. They don't have their throttles calibrated right. It's just the wiring is cheap. Something is wrong to where I've had 2 of them now, and it's throwing my car in limp mode. If I had tally marks on it, probably 100 times. I'm not even kidding. But the funny thing is, though, I didn't just unhook it and stop using it. It is that good to where it's almost less annoying, the car going in limp mode here and there, than the stock throttles. I've tried every kind of setup you can imagine with positioning those wires in a certain way. And then I took it down to my mechanic, and I had his opinion on it. And his is the best way we've set it up so far. I'll show you guys a video of it. Overall, it's a good product. I recommend it. It's worth 180 bucks just to get rid of the annoyance of the throttle lag and all that. Just be careful how you set it up. Get a lot of opinions on how to set it up, and if you can get someone more experienced to do it, go for it. Now, I will say, it does not do what they promise. They promise on the website that it significantly reduces the lag, the actual lag of the throttle itself, and the response time. And it does not do that. It might be just a hair quicker, but it is not significant at all. Hardly noticeable. It just changes the throttle mapping, which is cool. It's like a tune on your throttle pedal, but it's not reducing the reaction time of, you know, foot to what the car does. Okay, we're going in. I'm gonna show you this whole setup here. So it starts down here. That's right. It's green today. Oy. Let me get down here. So, it starts right there. You plug it into your original port, and then that, you guys like my setup? You got some tape there, and it runs this way into this box right here, and boom, Gorilla Tape and Velcro of Justice. And then I have it going right here in this little, hold on. Yeah, gotta get in the car for this one. So yeah, starts down there. Runs up through here, got the little thing held on right there, and then in this little crevice, ooh, look how sneaky that is. Have it run in here, it's just chilling beside me, never bothers me. And I have it chill in here. Here we go. Alright, so this is the throttle controller. You can do all kinds of settings with it. This is setting 0, that is your stock mapping. And every time you crank it up, oops, sorry for the light. Every time you crank it up, boom, it's just creating a more sensitive mapping on the throttle. And it goes up to 9, so you have 9 different things to play with, 9 different levels of sensitivity. Oh, and it's gone because my car turned off. Gosh dang it. Hold up. Turn on. There we go. I used to drive it on 7, but that was a little too sensitive, and then I drove it on 5 for a long time, and after a while, I just want it to be smooth, honestly, and give me different levels of boost. Just a little more sensitive over stock. I like SP3. But that's basically it. Oh, you can also go backwards. You can go into, let me see, how do you do it? Oh, eco mode. So you can actually desensitize your throttle. Honestly, on these cars, you don't need to desensitize your throttle. If you just put it in snow and ice mode, if you're in snow or ice or whatever, that's plenty. It's plenty of desensitizing. But yeah, you can go, I believe 9 settings of this too? No, 7 settings of this, and it'll desensitize the throttle. Does anyone watching this video have a Vittese throttle controller? If you do, comment below. Tell me what's happened to yours. Does it work all the time? Has it ever thrown your car in limp mode? I really want to know, you know, working to not working ratio on these things. Let's see, maybe it is a good product. It's just mine. Maybe it's a lemon. So I think that's it for this video. As always, if you want to see a bunch more Camaro content and interesting car reviews, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be seeing all of you guys in the next video. Even though I may complain about this throttle, I am grateful that they did a phenomenal job with the spacing of the brake pedal to the throttle pedal. Look how easy that is. Boom. Gas. Heel toe right there. You don't have to heel toe. You can literally boom, side of the foot, side of the foot, side of the foot, side of the foot. Just boop.